What's up, guys? Josiah LaRue here. So for a little change of pace, I thought instead of doing tech news or whatever, I'd show you what I have on my desk. So let's go. So yeah, I thought I'd shake things up a little bit and show you what kind of tech I use on a regular daily basis and what's on my desk. So let's go. So I'm sure you guys have seen my desktop setup before, but I just wanted to go into it in a little bit more of an in-depth overview. So yeah, let's start on the left and go to the right. So here we have a old compact laptop that I use as mainly a secondary display. I use a program called Synergy, which allows me to remotely control this computer with my keyboard and mouse right here. So really it works together as 4 displays, which is really nice. But also because this is running as a separate system, it allows me to browse the internet or do whatever without dragging down any system resources on my regular desktop machine. Spinning over to the right here, we see my 3 displays. The first one I have is a 19-inch 4x3 old school resolution 19-inch monitor by Acer. It's actually been very reliable for me. It was my first monitor and I really like it. This is my Asus 23-inch monitor, my first ever flat screen LCD display. Has great photo, great resolution, great response time, very energy efficient. Just an overall really great display. I've used several different Asus displays. I totally recommend them for everyone. They're great. If you can't go that, then I would go with Acer. They both make good displays. And finally, my third one, a recent pickup, a 22-inch Hans G. This one has been pretty good. I did buy it used, and the brightness element is going out, so it's a little bit darker than my other ones, but it works good for just throwing at media or content or whatever, and being able to work at it at a large resolution. Moving on down a little bit, we see at the bottom here, there's my iPhone 5C. I did a review on that earlier. That's my main go-to phone, and I really love it. Right here is a Western Digital Live TV. I won this in a contest. It's a kind of cool little thing. It allows me to throw up content from anything on a network or from like the USB port on the front. It plays video. It has some built-in onboard apps like Netflix and Hulu Plus or whatever. So it's a nice little streaming box. And hey, can't beat the price of free. Here's some of the storage solutions I use. My go-to flash drives are Corsair Voyagers. They are rock solid, rugged, and just you can't beat them for their price per value and for their reliability. And if they ever go bad, Corsair has a great warranty and they'll get them shipped back a new one to you as soon as possible. Also, this little guy right here, I have UBCD or Ultimate Boot CD Live. So I can just plug that little guy in there and that allows me to scan memory or hard drives, boot up an OS into RAM. It's pretty much a go-to little repair drive. It's awesome. Also some SD cards I use for filming and whatever else. So for peripherals, I have a few here. To the left is my Xbox 360 controller. I actually have a program called XPatter, which allows me to use this as a mouse and kind of keyboard with the buttons being used as hotkeys. So yeah, I can move my mouse around and browse my computer with my game controller, which is actually pretty cool. Now if you're wondering why I have 2 keyboards here, that's because it's actually 2 different sets. The mouse and the keyboard together are Logitech. They are the MK710 keyboard and mouse combo set. However, I don't really like the key travel on this. It's a very shallow chiclet key style, so I don't use this other than just for like media content or whatever, remotely browsing. I mean, the wireless is nice, but I don't really like typing on it. So I just use the mouse, and then I use a Dell keyboard. Of the old standard membrane keyboards, this one actually has a very good travel depth, semi-comparable to a mechanical keyboard just for how good it feels to press those keys down. So that's why I use that. Also it has media control, so that's nice to control my media while I'm working without having to move my mouse around or whatever. And the mouse. I absolutely love this wireless mouse. Preferably I would get a gaming version of it, but it still is very reliable for both gaming and use. It feels very comfortable with this nice curved side to it for my thumb. It has forward and back buttons. This button you can push and it rotates in between Windows apps, which is pretty nice with Windows 8. It has adjustable scroll, so you can have single scroll or really fast scroll, which is really nice too for scrolling web pages or doing finite work such as in Adobe Premiere. Which, speaking of which, is what I actually used for editing these videos. I use Adobe Premiere Pro CS5, and yeah, it's taken me a while to get kind of used to the controllers or whatever, but now that I have, I can actually do some pretty cool stuff with it. And finally, for audio, I have the Corsair Vengeance 2000 gaming wireless headset. I absolutely love these. Again, I don't know if you can tell, but I really like Corsair products. These things are very rock solid and durable. I've had one problem with them where one model cracked right here, but Corsair got me a replacement one really quickly, so that was really nice. They're pretty simple. You just hold the button for power and it blinks, and then I'm connected. It's got a volume rocker here, the boom, which automatically mutes one up and down. Just a solid headset that has very good sound. I will probably be doing a review of these in a future video, so stay tuned. For other sound, I have a 2-in-1 Altec Lansing subwoofer system for when I'm not trying to listen on my gaming system. It provides some pretty decent sound. I've had a couple glitches with it, but other than that, for 30 bucks, it provides some very punchy bass and good mids and highs for the price and value. So yeah, pretty good speaker set. And for my pride and joy, my main desktop system. This is a custom build I did about 2 years ago. It had some very rock solid specs then, and it's still very comparable to newer systems. It is a couple of years old, but it still performs just fine for what I need to do. This is a Thermaltake case. It has a front USB 3.0, 2.0 audio in and out, and what's really cool is two SATA hot swap bays, which allow me to do 2.5 or 3.5 inch drives, so that's really good for repair or whatever. If I really need to quickly read a drive, I can just drop it in on top instead of having to fiddle with connectors. On the front, I don't have a DVD drive, but that's just because I don't use one, and then a media card reader. Moving along to the inside, I have for a main board an Asus P8 Z68 V-Pro regular version, along with a Intel i5 2500K unlocked and slightly overclocked processor, cooled by a Corsair H100, which you can see I kind of jammed up inside there. It was a chore. It has for graphics a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 560. I have a Thermaltake TR2 RX 850 watt power supply, which I got free on a contest, which is really nice. I have a bunch of drives. One drive, I have this one is a storage drive, which I put a lot of my videos on. And here's my main boot SSD. Here's my 2TB NAS, and I've had some other drives in there as well. For performance, it does really well. I can play Titanfall, Battlefield, etc. on pretty high settings. I use this thing for video editing, for my main content, and pretty much everything else. The graphics card was a fairly recent upgrade. I had originally just been doing the Intel HD, which was actually fairly stable. I just couldn't run the games at very high resolution. In the long run, I hope to get a bigger SSD so I can put some games and my OS on it. Right now I just have a 60 gig, which is kind of small, but overall it's a very high-class system. I'll probably be retiring it in the next couple years, but for now it serves me well, and that's what I'm using. When I'm filming my sitting down shots, or most of my videos actually, I use this little Targus Walmart cheapy tripod. It's not a really good one, but hey, it holds up my camera and it does what I need to do, so that's what I use. So I'm having to shoot this on my iPhone because I obviously can't self-camera my own camera. So this is the video camera that I use for both taking photos and my YouTube videos. This is a Canon PowerShot SX130IS. I bought this camera about 2 years ago. Shoots video in 720p, so not the highest quality, but hey, for a beginner's video camera, it's pretty good. It has very good zoom, like incredible zoom. As you can see there, 48x. It's a really nice camera. So yeah, that's what I use for my video taking. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed that little desk tour. I know it's a little bit different than what I normally do, but I thought it would just be interesting to show you guys what gear I use. You know, I'm not really that professional of a YouTuber. I don't have really high-end gear, but you know, I do what I do. I want to share with the community, and so this is what I use, and I thought I'd just show you what I do. I'm going to try and include some links in the description bar down below for some of the products that I use. I know a lot of them are kind of older and might not be available, but hey, check it out. You never know what you find or whether you might want to use it or not. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. Remember, hit that comment box down below and let me know what you thought. Would you use any of the products that I use? Maybe yes, maybe not. Let me know. Also, let me know anything I could do better or anything that you want me to review in the future. So yeah guys, remember to hit that like button down below, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. For those of you who don't know, when you like a video, it aggregates it through YouTube's system, and the more likes it gets, the more popular it becomes, and the more likely it is to show up on something like the homepage or whatever, where it can really gain views. For a YouTuber, this is really nice, as it's what makes a YouTuber's channel grow, because the more people see the videos, the more they might be interested to come back and see more. So any likes you can give a YouTuber, they always appreciate it, and that includes me. So thank you very much for your viewership. I always appreciate it. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!